Alrighty. So I want to share with you a very awesome strategy that I came up with a couple of years ago that I have now used like probably 5 times that has helped me on months when we really didn't have, it didn't look like it was going to be a good month. Okay. It didn't look like we were going to be able to hit our goal for the month. It didn't look like people were going to requalify at their ranks or rank advance like we had hoped. And then doTERRA helped us out with something, and I found a way to maximize a special promo that they used in such a way that it really benefits everyone. And the thing is it's super important that you follow it just like it is and not make any variations to it because it works, okay? And so this time I wanted to make sure for those of you who are visual learners, I actually made some visual aids for you. Instead of me just talking, as fun as that is to listen to me talk, I actually made some visual aids, so I'm going to share those with you. And I am going to post this up in our group, so you'll have eventually it'll be a PowerPoint presentation or a slide presentation that you can just scroll through. And I hope the hope is that you would then have a little meeting of your own with your own team and be able to show this to them and explain to them what to do. And I'm trying to make it easier for you to explain it to them so that you can get them on board, okay? So pretty much I found a way that you can take somebody who was at, like 1,200, 1,300 in volume, and they can be executive with this. That means that if you can create executives, you can create what? What rank?
Elite.
Well, how many executives do you need for a premier?
3.
Well, you need 2 executives and then another
2,
1,000
yes,
in volume. So technically, you could take a really small team of like 300 in volume, okay, one leg that has like 300 in volume, and then you could have 2 other legs that are right around 1,200, and you could go premier with that. Why do you care? Because maybe you want to go gold, maybe you want to hit gold, maybe you want to hit blue diamond, because you need some golds for that, or maybe you just want to go executive, okay? Maybe you want to hit elite. Maybe you're sitting right around 2,300, 2,200 in volume and you want to go elite. Wouldn't it be nice to have, if you're trying to go silver, if you had legs that were like 700, 800 in volume short, that you could just have this awesome promo and everybody's elite? Michelle, would you like to have that happen?
I would love that.
Right. So I'm going to show you how you can bump up to executive or bump up to elite, which will bump people up to premier or to silver or to gold or to diamond or platinum or whatever you need to hit your rank for the month, okay? So I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen here. Bear with me. Y'all know that technology is not my thing, but I'm going to do my best, okay? All right, so now let me preface this by saying that I can neither confirm nor deny that there will be a buy one, get one promo in February. However, here's what I do know. I do know, can you all see that first of all?
Yes.
Okay. What I do know is that last year in February, we had 5 days of BOGO after the 15th. And I would guess if I were, a betting woman, that there would be a BOGO that's going to start the Monday after the 15th. Okay, so that's like next Monday, right? I don't know the date on that. I'm just guessing, mind you. Okay, so do not quote me on that. Do not advertise it. Michelle, can you tell people why they might not want to talk about a BOGO before the 15th? What would be the damage?
Well, we want them to order on their LRP.
Right. So we don't want people like holding off on their LRP, because the reason why this works is because people have already done their 125 PV for the month. Then they see there's a BOGO and then they're like, ooh, I want all the free things. And so then they order again, okay? And that's why doTERRA very wisely puts promotions after the 15th, okay? So we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to post it, promote it anywhere for just product users to see. This is for people that are interested in the team and the income building side, okay? So let's pretend that we're going to assume that there's going to be a BOGO. Now, here's what you need to know number-wise. Last year, the volume from December, which December's volume is like gigantuan or gargantuan or whatever that word is. So December's volume was like, I think 3% different from February's volume last year with the same promos we have now. The New Year, New You enrollment promo and 5 days of BOGO, assuming that we have it again. Okay. So that means that if you, whatever you did in December, you should be able to match or exceed that in February. The reason why you could exceed it is because we've just had pretty much 60 days of a massive enrollment promo. So hopefully you've enrolled a bunch of people in January that are now going to place their LRP in February, or you've enrolled people in February. So that's already going to be more volume than you had in December. Okay, we didn't have an enrollment promo going on in December. So now I'm going to show you how you can use the BOGO relay to maximize this BOGO promotion. Okay, so I've heard different variations on this. This is my promo, so I know how it works. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how it's actually supposed to go. And I can tell you that the first time I did this, I didn't even like advertise it to hardly anybody, and we did 100,000 in volume in 5 days without even like trying. Okay, very hard. The next time I did it, it was like 200,000. Okay, so we're now having teams branching off and like doing it on their own, which is absolutely beautiful. And that's fine if you want to do it on your own. I'm still going to run a BOGO relay for whatever teams want to participate with me. I kind of feel like if we have teams participating together, we can do bigger giveaways. That's what I think we could possibly have, is like a bigger grand prize. Like if a bunch of us want to go together and purchase like the touch kit and give that as the grand prize. You know what I'm saying? Something bigger. Whereas I normally would give away maybe like the wooden box just coming from me. So we can decide who wants to participate in whatever. But the key is to understand why would you do a BOGO relay? What is the advantage of it? How do you get people on board? How do you communicate it to people? What's in it for them? Like, why do they want to do it? And how do we do it successfully? How do we execute it so that it works the way we want? Okay. Oopsie. Need to maximize. Speaking of maximizing, I need to maximize my screen. Okay. So first of all, we need to understand, why do people not order BOGOs? Okay. Like in the absence of a BOGO relay, what stops people from ordering the BOGO every single day? Does anybody have any thoughts on why people would hesitate?
Well, maybe they want to see what the next day's BOGO is.
Yes. They're like, it's like, if I buy today's, then maybe I can't get tomorrow's, and maybe tomorrow's will be cooler. And so they just keep pushing it down the road. That's one reason. What's another reason? What happens if you order 5 orders in a row? What do you have to do 5 times?
Shipping.
You have to pay shipping 5 times.
Yeah, shipping.
Nobody wants to pay $7 times 5, $35 shipping for 5 little orders, right? That doesn't make any sense. And then, like Michelle said, everybody wants to see what's tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's is cooler than today's. So I'll just hold off. I don't really need lemongrass, so I'll just wait till tomorrow. Okay. So the solution that I have is creating a relay team. The reason why this is a good solution is it guarantees about, and I'm only estimating, okay, so don't quote me on this. I cannot in any way predict what doTERRA is going to choose as the BOGO for each day. But judging from the last like 5 or 6 that we've done, it's been right around 30 PV a day on average. Some days are lower, some days are higher, so that's an average, okay? So if it was 30 average a day times 5, that's 150, okay? Now, the limit is 5 per account. So if you can create a team of 5 people that are all going to get all 5 BOGOs all 5 days, then you would multiply 150 times 5, and you're going to get 750 PV. 750 PV is a big chunk of change. I don't care where you put it, it's a good chunk of change, right? The other thing that you're going to get with the relay team is you're going to get qualified orders. How many of y'all have people who order like 99.75 PV? And they're in one of your power 3 spots, and you're like, okay, this is going to eliminate that problem. So you're going to have a bunch of qualified orders, which means, what's a qualified order? That means it counts towards your power 3 bonus. It means that person, if they're your qualifier for your rank, that's a qualified spot. Man, there's nothing worse than having, like, you know, for me, let's say I'm trying to be blue diamond, right? I'm trying to maintain my rank. There's nothing worse than having a qualified premier, but actually it's not qualified because the person at the top, that is the premier, didn't do their order. or they did 15 PV because they're like, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, how are they going to get their check? You don't get paid unless you do 100 PV, people, right? So this eliminates that problem. You're going to get a bunch of qualified orders. Plus, you're going to know that everybody's going to get all 5 BOGOs. They're not going to do the thing like Michelle was saying where they're like, let me see what tomorrow's is. They're not going to do that, okay? So that eliminates the problem, and that's pretty cool. 750 PV in every leg that you do this in is pretty awesome. So what in the world? How do I get people to participate? Like, some people were like, I asked people, and they're like, I don't want to order $150 worth of crap, or I don't want to do that. So I've decided in life that it's all about how you explain something to somebody. If you show them what's in it for them, like, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to be on a BOGO relay team? What's in it for me? Like, I know what's in it for you. You want to do this because you're doing this as a business. I'm not. I'm just a girl who orders 67 PV a month, and then on big months I do 200 PV. Leave me alone. I don't want to do the business. Okay? So if you got a bunch of people like that, how do you get them to participate in your relay team? They don't care if you get 750 in volume. They don't care if you hit Premier or Silver or whatever. So you got to explain what's in it for them. Okay? Can you guys see the top of this slide, or is it cut off? Okay, so it's just cut off on my side. Okay, so the perks to being on a relay team, that's what you need to be able to effectively explain to the person. Number 1, you pay shipping once. You don't pay 5 sets of shipping. So you pay $7 instead of $35. That's a big deal. I hate to pay shipping. Anytime I order something online, if I don't find a coupon that will cover the shipping, I pretty much don't order from that company. I'm serious. If they don't offer shipping up like at a certain level of purchase, you know, like if you spend $100, you get free shipping. If they don't offer stuff like that, I don't shop there. I find somewhere else to go. So in order for you to cut down on somebody's shipping, that's a big incentive. Number 2, they earn LRP points. So if I'm doing a 30 PV BOGO, how many LRP points am I going to get off that? 0. It has to be 50 PV or above. We've never had a BOGO that was 50 PV. So why would I do 5 separate LRP orders to get no LRP points? That would be goofy. But if I did 5 times 30, I'm going to get, you know, whatever percentage I'm at. Let's say that I'm at 10%. I'm going to get how many free product points out of 150? Okay, so I'm going to get like another free oil on top of that. Next, it's a qualified 100 PV LRP. So they may or may not care about this depending on what their position is. Like if they have a team and they're struggling to come up with their $100 to pay for their order and they're missing out on their check, they might care, right, that they're going to have a qualified order. They might care that people underneath of them. So you got to think about that person, not you, not somebody above them. Think about them and what's in it for them. So are they in a position where if people under them order, that it's going to help them get their Power 3 bonus? Because they're all going to have 100 PV qualified orders. So think about it in the light of the person you're talking to. Then here's the thing that makes it even like the icing on the cake. If I am the person that orders for the day, if I'm the relay person that's ordering on Monday I'm going to have 5 BOGOs on my order. That means I get to enter Monday's drawing 5 times. Because the rule for the prize drawing is enter Monday's drawing if you order a BOGO. Every BOGO you order is 1 entry. So if I'm the person that's ordering for Monday, I get 5 entries on that prize. Plus, there's a grand prize drawing. That's the big, big present. If all you have to do to enter the grand prize drawing is order a total of 5 BOGOs, right? That could be 1 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or if you're on a relay team, your day that you ordered, that's 5. You get to be in the grand prize drawing also. See how that works? So there's lots of stuff in it for the person who is participating. All right, who picks the team members? You know, if we sit around and hold hands and sing Kumbaya and wait for teams to naturally form, it is not going to work. So who has the highest incentive to make sure that the team members that are on that relay team are going to be the most beneficial to be on a team? Who's going to care about that the most? The person trying to hit their rank, right? Not the person who's just a product orderer. They don't care who's on their team. They'll team up with somebody that is their next door neighbor that's on a totally different doTERRA team. They don't care. So if you are the one trying to hit the rank, you want to hand select the people you want to be on the team. And be prepared for somebody to say no and have a backup person to ask, okay? So how do you figure out where to ask the team members, okay? I'm going to show you some examples that I took. These are January, these are actual January numbers. This is a person who was at 1,796 in volume on their team in January. So they could have been executive without a whole lot more effort, maybe even elite. So I'm not a mathematician, but I'm going to take, let's say 2,000. Well, let's just add, I tell you what, let's add 750 to this. So 1796 plus 750, 2546. So they're an executive, and look how close they are to elite. You see that, Michelle?
I do.
So if they had one BOGO team that's in this leg, like anybody underneath this person would be a good candidate to be on the relay team. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because that's going to give you 2546 in volume. And then if you could pull out a couple enrollments, you could be, this could be an elite leg. So they could go from literally 1,800 to an elite with a BOGO. Can you believe that? That's kind of crazy. Okay. Now let's look at this person. So this person hit silver in January. They're on good months, they're gold, but they hit silver. So look at the situation here. Okay. So they probably, this first leg, 6982, this one was a premier, obviously. I mean, pretty obviously, not totally, because you can't see all the details. But these two were both sitting at elite. So how much short were they from elite? They got to have at least 5,000. So 5,000 minus 3725, they were 1,275 away. So what if they did 2 BOGO teams? That would have gotten them to a premier in that leg. Their third leg was at 3662. So 5,000 is premier. They were 1,338 away. 1,338 minus 750 minus 750. Wouldn't they have been right there at their goal? If you add what's 750 and set 1,500 to 1,300, that's what I should have done, not minus it. I said that wrong. 1,300 plus 1,500 is 2,800. That would have been another 2,800 on top of their 3662. They would have been a gold. So that means that this person that's hanging out at a really shaky gold and a solid silver, they can be gold this month. You see that? I'm going to break it down a little bit more for you here. This is one of their premier legs. Okay, so go back and look at this. See how 3662.75? Now I've pulled up this person's group, that person's group. So you can see, where did they need the volume? So they had somebody that was like inches away from executive, the 1918. So they probably don't necessarily need a relay team in that leg. But what about 1286? If you added 750 more in BOGO relay volume, that 1286 would be at 2,036. Boom, you got an executive. Okay. Now they need another 1,000 in volume outside of their executives to be a premier, right? You know that. So they need 5,000. It's got to be 2,000 in one leg, 2,000 in another leg, and then 1,000 somewhere else. Okay. So this leg that's at 276.25, maybe there's people there to do a relay, maybe there's not. But if not, you can do another relay team up here in this leg that's already pretty solid at executive, and that would probably give you another 750. So you would be really, really close to hitting it. Does that am I making sense? So even though this leg's already at 2,000, you really need another like 800 in volume because you got 200, 300 here. This one's going to be executive because of the BOGO relay. You don't need a BOGO relay here to hit executive, but you need to come up with an additional like 700 in volume. 750 in volume, BOGO relay, you've got yourself a premier. Does that make sense? Do you see how stinking like crazy it would be not to do the BOGO relay team? Okay. So again, just another example, if this person's at 1286, then all they need to do is do a BOGO relay team. They're at 2,036. You've got yourself an executive. Cool beans? Okay. So that's how you choose your team members. Okay. So you're going to have to go look in your back office, pull up the people that you need to qualify you at your rank. And then you probably want to have a conversation with these people. Guess what? Not everybody's going to care. I know some of you watching this have people that are your qualifiers and they only show up on the 30th of the last day of a month where there's a big promo because you called them and said, hey, you're like, 700 away from hitting your rank. Well, they know that the difference between silver and gold or Premier and Silver is a chunk of money. So then they're going to perk up their ears and listen. But any other time, they're not going to care. So they may not be interested in helping you with the promo, or they may. But you could say, look, if you can help me form a BOGO team or at least be on one, then this is going to up your check a few $100s or whatever. You're going to get more shares. You may qualify. If you're an elite trying to go Premier, you may qualify for the Premier Silver bonus, which is over $200. You know, if you enroll somebody, then you qualify for that promo. If you are a Premier going Silver, you get paid on your 7th level instead of just 6. So you need to tell them what's in it for them. Why do they want to pay attention to this promo? Okay. All right. So here's how you do it. Once you've got your teams chosen, you need to choose a team captain. So the team captain, again, would be, here's how I would choose a team captain. The person who is the most responsible person in that group of 5. Okay. Also, if your team is mostly in one location, like let's say your team's all in Jacksonville, except for one person, probably don't make the team captain the one that's not in Jacksonville. It's just going to make it harder to distribute the products at the end of the week. The other thing would be like who has the most skin in the game? Is the team captain like a person that's going to be affected with some sort of a bonus, like a power of 3, if their people participate? So they're going to have the most incentive to be the team captain. Okay, so you choose a team captain. Here's why you need a team captain. And I haven't always done it like this, so this is a little bit of a change from what I've said in the past. All 5 orders are going to ship to the team captain. Okay, all 5. I don't care where they live. I don't care if they're next door neighbors. Everybody's going to order on their day, but they're going to ship it to the team captain's address. This way you don't have anybody, like I've literally seen very few times where this has happened, but I've seen a couple times where like somebody just flakes on their day. I didn't like that day's order. So even though everyone was counting on me and had ordered all 4 other days, I just was like, nope. And so, or, you know, if you have somebody who never distributes their portion of the order to the other people, okay, so you won't have any of those snafus if you've got a responsible team captain. Everybody ships their product to them, and then they're the one who they call the person. So let's say Michelle's the team captain, and I'm on her team, and my day is Monday. Michelle's going to call me on Monday afternoon and be like, hey, Deanna, did you order the BOGO yet? How can I help you? Hey, what was the total? Can you send me a screenshot of your order confirmation? Because it's going to be Michelle's job as team captain to tally up how much all the orders cost. She's going to add up all 5 days of orders, divide it by 5, and that's how much everybody owed. Then she's going to distribute all 10 of the products. So 10 over here, 10 over here, 10, 10, 10. He's going to ship them out to the other 4 people and add that cost of shipping into the total that everybody owes. Does that make sense? So if it was your order day on Friday, and by the way, the person who has the most skin in the game, I'd probably have them order on Friday. Friday is usually a bigger priced order. It's usually a diffuser. So it's more out of pocket right in the beginning. Everybody's going to end up spending the same amount because you're going to use PayPal and straighten all that out at the end. But 100, you know, if somebody has to buy 5 pedal diffusers, it's going to be more out of their pocket right off the top. So maybe the person who is going to care the least about that should be the team captain, and they should order Friday. Does that make sense? Okay, because we kind of know that's kind of been the MO of doTERRA, is on the last day they kind of do buy this and buy a pedal diffuser and get this free. So they're gonna add up all the prices, divide it by 5, and add on the cost to ship the other 4 people their products. Now, if the people live in the same town, you don't have to ship it, right? That makes sense. So you only have to charge shipping to the people. Now, if the person doesn't show up and get their crap, then if I was the team captain, I'd still ship it to them. Because I don't want it all. I'm not responsible for your BOGO order for the next 3 months. But the thing is, you don't get the money, you don't send it. What does that prevent? Can you think of what that could prevent from happening? Like, you know, somebody just like totally flaking on paying for their shipping or for their portion, and then everybody's like, what in the world, you know? So some people are going to end up owing a little bit more, and some people are going to probably get a refund back because they had like the person that does the pedal diffusers on Friday, if that's what they do, they're going to get money back at the end. If somebody gets like a really cheap BOGO, on their day, they're going to end up owing a little bit more. So you kind of have to prepare people for the fact that there's going to be various amounts, and it's going to average right around $150 plus tax and shipping. Okay, and that goes to my next point. You want to explain it clearly. So I made you some nice little talking points for when you're talking to your people and recruiting them for the relay team. So each team member is committing. This is very important to say this. Like, you might have to say it more than once for some folks. Each team member is committing now to get all 5 BOGOs before you know what they are, and no matter what they are. There's no backing out. Once you're on the team, you're on the team, and we're all getting all of them. And guess what? If you have people that are that worried about, like, oh gosh, I got lemongrass and I don't need it, then I've seen some people hosting these oil exchange events where you bring unopened doTERRA oils to the event and you exchange them with other people that have unopened products. So maybe somebody else is like dying for 73 bottles of lemongrass, and all you have to do is meet up at that event. So that would be something that you could do with your team after this is over if people are concerned about that. But the thing is, who cares what they are? If you're on the team, you're going to order all 5 and you're going to get all 10 BOGOs at the end. There's no like picking and choosing. I want Mondays and I want Fridays. Nope. You're getting all 5 to be on the team, because here's what you get if you do that. And we already talked about that. All the benefits they get. If you want all that stuff, this is what you're committing to. Okay. You will order once on Tuesday. Now don't tell them Tuesday unless Tuesday's their day, but you will order once on Tuesday, and you're going to order all 5 sets, and you're going to ship it to the team captain. Here's their address. Okay, so don't ship it to you, ship it to the team captain. The team captain's going to check in and make sure they ordered and that they shipped it to the right place. You got to, I don't want to say babysit, but you kind of need to check in with people a little bit so there's no mistakes. At the end of the week, the team captain's going to tell you the total that's owed by each person to include the cost to ship their 10 products to them. Some will owe more, others will get a refund because it's various prices, but it averages about $150 plus tax and shipping. So you're going to end up with about $300 worth of products for $150, plus you're going to get the LRP points off of $150, 150 PV order. Plus you're going to get paid if you have a downline. Plus you're going to get to be in the grand prize drawing and 5 times in your daily drawing. And you only have to pay shipping 1 time. You get all of that. How cool is that? So that's a good time to recap what they get. Are you on board? Awesome. I'm going to put you down. Your day is Tuesday. I'm going to let everybody know that you're on the team. Okay? Now, you want to get your builders and the qualifying legs on board if you can. And I've noticed I said builders, not qualifiers, not people, not humans. People who are actually doing the business, get them to do this with you. Get them to help you out. Okay? Work together as a team if you have people like that on your team. Next, decide the daily and grand prizes and who's going to provide them. Now, as your upline Blue Diamond, I'm telling you, I'm going to offer daily and grand prizes. The daily prizes and the grand prizes will be about the size they've always been each time, unless I have other leaders that want to go in with me. And then we can have bigger prizes. So we can talk about that. The next thing is you want to set up a Facebook event, a BOGO of Facebook event, and assign different leaders to post. We'll have a leader post. Their job is to post about the BOGO products on their day. So if Michelle's day to post is Monday, then her job is when she finds out what the BOGO is, she's going to get up in the morning and find out what the BOGO is. Then it's going to be her job to find all kinds of things that she can post in that private Facebook event about those oils. So if it's like lemongrass and lavender, she's going to find all kinds of diffuser recipes and graphics, and she's probably going to pop up and do a Facebook Live video at some point. Then she's going to do some sort of a game or something fun, and you're going to give them the parameters, like what times should you post, how often should you post, what kinds of stuff do you post. Then the person who, like me, if you're participating in my group, I will provide you with a graphic for the BOGO. So when you wake up in the morning, it will automatically be posted whatever the BOGO was for the day. So you don't have to come up with a graphic for the BOGO. I'm already going to have one. Okay, I've already got, Tasha has already made one, a template, and we're just going to throw the products on the template every day. So it'll be the same graphic with different products on it. So you don't have to come up with that. And I will also provide the daily giveaway. So you don't have to do that. If you want to do an extra little giveaway, like give away a PB Assist sachet and a toothpaste thingy. I mean, if you want to give away something small for a prize, you can. But the daily drawing is me. okay? Or whoever's leading your group if you're not participating in mine. Why isn't this working? Of course it would malfunction. Okay, there we go. Then, did I skip one? No. Then you want to plan your strategy to advertise the promotion. How are you going to advertise it? You don't want to over-advertise it, and you don't want to under-advertise it. There can be nothing worse than getting 77 emails about the same promotion from like every person in your entire upline. That's just awkward. So make sure that you talk to your upline about what your plans are so they don't duplicate your efforts and vice versa. You can use Facebook, you can text, you can do a newsletter if you have one, you can use email, you can do phone calls. So talk to the people that are participating in your little group and figure out what you're going to be doing so that we don't duplicate each other, okay? One thing I can tell you that I'm going to do is I am going to send out one of those back off emails, so they're going to get an email, okay? But like not that many people open emails, so they're going to need more than that, okay? So the person that's trying to rank, they're the ones that's going to be most vested in contacting the people to make sure they know about the promo. Even the people that aren't in your relay team that just might want to buy here and there, that's going to help your volume too. So make sure they know about the promo, make sure they know about it every day. Maybe ask them, would you like to be in a text list of people that I send out the BOGO to every day? You can ask them that. Don't just send it to everybody unless they want it. Okay? That should not be there. that graphic should not be there, but that's cool. What else did I want to tell you? I don't know. Do you guys have any questions about that? You have to, I think most of you are muted. Michelle, you're not muted, but questions, comments? You can do lots of different incentives for people that want to enroll. Right now, doTERRA already has an incentive that's like genius. So what you may want to do, and of course you cannot post this anywhere publicly, but you can communicate this privately to the people you're working with. You can say, if you do a 100 PV order, so like, for example, if you would decide to order one of all five BOGOs or any combination of 5 BOGOs this week, then I will give you a free membership. I'll pay for your $35 membership, and you will get $100 in free products from doTERRA with your next order. So, I mean, doTERRA's already got that set up. Why not use that for your benefit? Get yourself some enrollments, okay? Sometimes people will really fall in love with the idea of a BOGO, and maybe you can get them on board and be like, hey, listen, I know you like today's BOGO. Maybe throw out one of those little bundles that I created the past several weeks. Like I have the Love Yourself bundle. I have the Man Up, Oil Up bundle, the Women's Hormone bundle, the Romance and Intimacy bundle. I created these $100 bundles that include the $35 membership. You could pay the $35 membership as your private promotion. Okay, or not. I mean, it's up to you. You may not need to do that. I would not offer the free membership until they say, I'm not sure. Then come back and say, what about if I give you your membership free and waive the $35? Then would you be interested? So you can use that as like something that you're holding back. Okay, we got a few minutes. Any questions or ideas, comments? If you are in one of the legs, that's my qualifying legs for my rank. So like faith, for example, would be one. I would really like to help you out and collaborate with you. I may even be interested in sending out texts to your team members if that would help you, because I do have a service that I can do that if you want to work together with me on that. If you're not in my qualifying legs, you're in somebody's. So maybe talk to them and see if you guys can work together. Like Michelle, maybe you and Nicole want to work together, for example, and team up. Aviance, you probably just want to hang out and work with me, and you could work with Angela TCal, who's your upline gold. So that's kind of what I'm saying, is find some people that may want to help you out. And if you don't want to run your own BOGO Facebook group and your own promos, just participate in mine. If you're on my team, why not? Participate in mine. If you want to go in with me and provide some free stuff, then maybe we can offer more prizes. So reach out to me and let me know if that interests you at all. But I will do everything I can to help you, particularly if you're in one of my qualifying legs. I'll do anything I can to make sure that we get people committed to those teams. So on the 16th is when I would start talking to people about this. I would say to them, hey, I I don't know when doTERRA is going to announce it or if they are. But I would just say, listen, the last couple years, traditionally, we've had a really awesome BOGO week. I'm sure doTERRA will be announcing it soon if it's happening. But if it does, I want to have my ducks in a row. And so I'd like to ask you, would you like to participate with me? That's what I would do. I wouldn't wait till they announce it and everybody's scrambling around trying to figure out what to do. I would start planning. You could start planning right now on paper. You just don't talk to anybody till the 16th. Does that make sense? Unless you've got some tight ship, closed-lipped leaders that you want to talk with about it now. But as far as your like product orders and casual shares, I would wait until after the 16th, after they've done their LRP, and then bring it up at that time. Does that make sense? Okay. Any other questions or comments? You guys are super quiet today. You need some coffee or something? Aviance has got some drugs that she can give you to help you be more alert. I'm just kidding. Anything else? All right. Well, I'm going to post this as a PowerPoint, and so you have the graphics, and I'll share the video, and then you can feel free to use that with your team if you want to have a conversation with your team. If that'll help you to have visuals, I will take this extra graphic off here that showed up out of nowhere, and that'll be a tool that you can use as you talk to your teams if that'll help you. Okay? Hey, Roxanne. All right, guys, thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to seeing you Jacksonville folks in just a couple more days. So let me know if you need anything for Jacksonville. Michelle, text me your email address and say, hey, Deanna, please send me those table tents. Otherwise,
Okay, I will.
Otherwise, it will just be gone out of my brain when I leave.
Okay, I'll do that today.
So you guys want to hear something weird since we have a minute left? This morning, okay, you know we're RVing, right? Thus the RV decor behind me. So John was going to take X-Man with him to the laundromat because I have to go on this trip and we need clean laundry. And for some reason, I had this bad feeling. I couldn't shake this bad feeling that something like I didn't really want him at the laundromat, like my son, my 3-year-old. And so instead of saying anything about not going to the laundromat, I just sat him down and I had this conversation with him, like, when you're with daddy somewhere, like at a store, at the laundromat, make sure you see daddy all the time and that he sees you. And if anybody says, you know, hey, come over here, you ask mommy or daddy. You always ask. And I had this whole big like safety, stranger danger type conversation with him because I just had this bad feeling. John gets to the laundromat with him and the lady's like locking the door. And he's like, what happened? Somebody just shot somebody, so we're closed. I'm not even kidding. Like right as they were getting ready to walk in. That's all I'm saying. So thank God they were not there like even 2 minutes, 5 minutes before. But can you believe that? Like I literally knew something was off about the laundromat this morning. So John sent me pictures of them at a totally different laundromat, empty, nobody there. And I'm just like, I'm about done with laundromats. That's all I'm saying right now. I'm just little tiny town with like no people. It's like way out in the middle of nowhere. It's not like it's in a big old urban area. You would never expect that. So scary stuff. I love you guys. I will talk to you later. If you have any questions, reach out, okay? Have an awesome day.
Thanks, Deanna.